Hola, my name is Amelia Grace, and I'm a Fulbright English teaching assistant in Galicia. When I studied abroad in Madrid in college, I got hooked on Spain. I traveled to new cities nearly every weekend and was determined to come back after graduation. But this time, less as a tourist, and more, just to live. And that's exactly what Fulbright has given me the opportunity to do. A big part of my life here as an ETA is, of course, work. 4 days a week, I hop in the car with one of my colleagues and head to a secondary school in Villa Garcia del Rosa. We have plenty of time to chat, sometimes in Spanish and others in my best attempt at Galician. Once at school, I rotate through all the first of ESO through first of bac English classes. We've done everything from games like the English Olympics and Mafia to thoughtful discussions on cultural stereotypes and refugee crises. I also help in the bilingual gym and art classes, and right now we're actually preparing for the school's cultural day by working on a marching band style show, creating cornhole boards, and learning the Cupid Shuffle. Oh yeah, and the school trips to London and the Pyrenees were pretty great too. Back at home, I've fallen in love with Galicia. Though this region has a reputation for rainy weather, in the words of one of my coworkers, it's not always raining in Galicia, and I couldn't agree more. There's the stunning coastline, insane festivals, ancient Celtic settlements, surprisingly intense fair rides, food that está que te cagas, beautiful trees, and did I mention the coastline? Mima, I couldn't be happier in my precious city of Pontevedra. There's nothing like the joy of walking into the centro after a weekend away and feeling at home among all the people having drinks with friends and the sound of street musicians filling the plazas. Now don't get me wrong, living abroad is challenging. Not only have there been smaller stresses like language misunderstandings and frustrations with my town's limited business hours, but simply trying to synthesize everything I've been learning and figure out what to do with the two cultures now inside me has kept me up on more than one occasion. But even when I'm overwhelmed, I've got my people here. My fellow Fulbrighters, my co-workers, my roommates and new friends, and even my fruit lady and butcher. All people I've met within the last year, but are nevertheless here for me. Now I find myself at the end of my grant, and I'm a mess of cultures, languages, and perspectives. What I'm feeling reminds me of a poem by Francisco Aragón about his first time landing in Madrid. He wrote, "That moment I stepped off the plane, I started to understand even then the message. I'd take years to unravel." Like Aragón, I'll be reflecting on what I've learned in Spain for years to come. Muitas gracias, Fulbright.